iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the Kansas Speedway, the 1.5 miles outside of Kansas City, Missouri. Here tonight, these drivers for the Blown Piston Racing League, the Clash Series, presented by Banner Construction, has made it here for round number 2 here for the Blown Pistons Racing League Clash Series. My name is Roger Muth here tonight. Alongside me is Al Smith from upstate New York. Al, a lot of people all through the country are getting snow right now, but you in the upstate area, you may be one of the luckiest people. Maybe one of these drivers can get lucky like you tonight and not get any snowflakes.
Yeah, definitely going to be a hard battle here tonight. 130 laps on tap for Banner Construction night, Roger, and I think luck is going to be the name of the game. These cars look very packed up in practice as we watched them before coming on air in this race. Well, it's going to be any person's game. No idea who's going to come out on top, but this is week number 2.
It's week number 2 as Andrew Mraz was able to go to victory lane last week at the Daytona International Speedway to kick off the season opener here for the series. So now what will he be able to do here at the Kansas Speedway? A little bit different than Daytona, of course. Well, with these next generation Cup cars, they are going to be packed up and jammed up and jelly tight, as Al would like to say. You probably hear him say it here a couple times tonight. This 1.5 mile track opened back in 2001. That is 21 years ago, Al, that these drivers were able to come here in the real world side of things. Of course, virtually here, we've been racing ever since. Turns, though, 4 quarters here at this half-mile speedway, 17 degrees to 20 degrees of banking in the corners, 9 degrees to 11 degrees on the front straightaway. You go all the way down to that almost what's flat down there. Back straightaway does roll around about the 5-degree banking marker. Well, before we get things ready to go racing here, it looks like 30 drivers have posted a time here in their lone qualifying session. It does look like, of course, our Fast Time Award here tonight, brought to us by the United States Veterans. The pole award is going to go to Tom Curing, it looks like he should be able to pick up that pole award here tonight. So congratulations to Tom and his crew for picking up the pole award here in the second race of the season. He'll have a great starting spot here. It looks like Roger Rios looks like he will be the driver that will start in the second position. But Al, we talked about the Cup car. We talked about drafting. How do you think tonight's going to go for a lot of these drivers?
I think it's going to be being in the right spot, being in the lane that's going to be moving. These next-gen cars are packed up here, and they are going to put on one wow of a show. As right now, we're going to go into our happy hour portion of the warm-up session. Is under 40 cars here tonight, Roger, so we do not need that last chance qualifier race that they had scheduled. So that's good to see that everybody's going to make the field, but I'm not too happy. The top 4 drivers, all those bow ties.
Well, the bow tie brigades will lead us to green flag here a little bit later on. So, of course, we do got to thank everybody that is tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We hope wherever you are joining us from here tonight, you are staying warm. Of course, that storm blowing through the southeastern portion of the United States, headed up here towards, well, the Mid-Atlantic. It just started snowing here in Pennsylvania just a little while ago, and we are already at least an inch deep here in the southeastern portion of Pennsylvania. Upstate where Al is located, they are a little bit, well, they got snow on the ground, but at least it's, not snowing right now. They're going to get that a little bit later on. But we do hope that everybody is staying warm and everybody is staying safe here tonight wherever you're tuning in to watch tonight the Bull and Pistons Racing League, the Clash Series, presented by Banner Construction. Tonight is race number 2 at Kansas. As qualifying is already in the books, we're about, call it just under the 4-minute marker away from going green flag racing. We do have 2 stages here tonight. Stage 1 will end here with the Wise Guys iRacing Graphics, stage number 1 at lap number 26. You want to be out front, 10 bonus points to the leader at that stage. Of course, then we do have stage number 2 coming to a conclusion at lap number 65 here tonight, brought to us by Custom Paint and Diecast. That's on lap number 65. We will race to lap 130 here tonight. Hopefully we won't need any of that dreaded overtime here, and we will be able to finish on lap 130. We do have the superior templating caution flags all around the speedway here tonight at the Kansas Motor Speedway. Let's hope that we only have to use them, though, when we do see our stage breaks. Top Groove is our Hard Charger award coming into the evening, along with, of course, the New Age Limited Speed Demon Fast Time Award during our under green flag competition here tonight. We'll see all those, along with our YJ Lucky Dog. Hopefully, if you're going to go a lap down, you want to be in that lucky dog position. But we will be right back here with green flag racing action here at Kansas after the invocation here tonight. Race fans, 130 laps coming your way.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in now, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And welcome back here after our invocation here to the Kansas Speedway here tonight. Of course, the Blown Piston Racing League, the Clash Series, here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. To bring you all the racing action, my name again is Roger Muth. Al Smith Jr. alongside me here tonight. We are filling in for Dave in the cave. His cave is absolutely buried down in South Carolina under inches of snow. They've said it's been some of the deepest snow they've had down in the South in a long, long time. So we do hope Dave the cave, his family, and anybody else that's tuning in from the South Carolina area is warm and safe here tonight. So sit back, grab your popcorn, grab your soft drink here as we are ready to go. Al, the clock is counting down. We are ready now at this point to go racing.
We are drivers getting their last instruction from race control as we get ready to go with tonight's race. 130 laps, Roger, on tap here. We're going to have those stage breaks that you mentioned in the show opener. How will that play into strategy? Can they make it on a full stage, not only on a tank of fuel, but can they make it on these Goodyear Racing Eagle tires that are on these next-gen cars here tonight for this race brought to us by Banner Construction? And, man, I am looking forward to this race. First time out seeing the next-gen cars and a lot of good-looking race cars in the field here tonight.
Yeah, I haven't got to see too many next-gen races myself here on the iRacing.com platform, so we are really interested and intrigued to see what we will have in store here tonight. The clock's still counting here as the drivers' meeting is still underway. We do see a couple drivers already checking in out there on the YouTube side of things. Of course, Gary Wells, the second out there. Andrew Mraz, last week's winner, is out there tonight tuning in on the YouTube side of things, so we thank them for tuning in here. If you're tuning in, whether you're on the YouTube side of things, go ahead and hit that bell, smash the subscribe button, get a notification anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Racing action here on the iRacing.com platform, plentiful. Let's just say if you like dirt, we have it. If you like road, we have it. Super Speedway Racing, well, we have that. And, of course, we have Blown Piston Racing League right here. We have the Truck Series and, of course, the Clash Series that you're watching here tonight. Now, the question being, who will win tonight? Al, we've seen practice. We know what the qualifying lineup looks like, but just taking a peek through that lineup, who do you think has a really good chance here tonight? Random driver. I know you don't know half of them. Well, 3/4 of them.
Well, you can't count out the driver that won last week, Mr. Mraz. He's going to be out there as he proved last week at Daytona. He was the master of the draft in these cars. Well, a lot of drag on these race cars. They're going to allow to go, as we get ready to go. About 3 minutes left here, Roger. I'm going to say, from my side of the camp up here in Turn 3 Racing booth, I'm going to go with someone that's going to be in a blue oval. And you know how I like my blue ovals. And that, not quite sure who is it going to be, but it's going to be a blue oval on top here tonight.
We can talk about those blue ovals that are going to win. I'm going to take a peek maybe somewhere down into the rookie category. Taking a look at this over here on our screen. Of course, our production crew very late to the jump here tonight. Of course, we are filling in for Dave in the cave. Of course, it's buried under the snow. So, I'm taking a look at that rookie standings. You don't see that, Al, but I have it over here pulled up. And Kenny and Chris McCullough, two drivers that are very well known for super speedway racing. They are sitting on top of the Rookie of the Year standings 1 and 2. Kenny, of course, has a 6-point lead over Chris in that Rookie of the Year standings. I'm going to be looking right there. One of those rookies, I believe, are going to rise to the top. Of course, you can't count out McKee. He's sitting there 3rd, and Thorndike was 4th, and Rise was right there in the 5th position coming into the night. That's your top 5 in the rookie standings coming into the night. And they are just separated by 19 points from top to bottom. Last week, of course, Kenny was the highest finishing rookie, 67 points to him at the end of the night after Daytona. Taking a look, and he actually finished right there. That was 2nd last week to Mraz at the Daytona International Speedway. Of course, Handley did finish back there in 3rd. Chris McCullough was 4th, and Jimmy McKee was 5th last week after that race all shook down at the end of it. So that's how they come in. Team standings, though, coming into the night, All-in-One Motorsports does lead the team standings. McCullough Motorsports is second, while Pink Eye Racing is third, tied with the 4X Racing Group, and Torque Wrench Motorsports is fifth overall in the team standings coming into the night. So we'll see if those will stay the same after, of course, our 130 laps here this evening. 30 seconds and counting before we take to our starting grid. Al, the lights are coming on. The corn is high in Kansas, and they are fueling these machines.
They are. And they're getting their last few moments here, about 45 or 15 seconds left of time. And we have Christopher McAuliffe up on the top of this one. Andrew Mraz, remember, picking up the win in Daytona. Second fastest so far in this last second warm-up session here, Roger. So these drivers get in the last moment, shake the cobwebs, get out there on the racetrack, make sure that they are ready to go racing here tonight.
And, of course, Chris McCullough right now will actually set that fast time here in our hot lap session. So, with that being said, it is time to officially set the grid here tonight. This is your starting lineup brought to us by Banner Construction here tonight at the Kansas Speedway. Starting on the front row, setting quick time here, brought to us by the United States Veteran Pole Award. Tom Gearing will have the top spot. This outside, Roger Rios on the All-in-One Motorsports number 5 will roll from second, while Andrew Mraz, last week's winner, will go third. Starting fourth, Tyler Davala there in car number 7 will start fourth, while Mr. Keys, Anthony Keys, in car number 14 will roll from fifth. Starting in sixth, Andrew Moore Jr. driving car number 77 out of the state of Pennsylvania will roll from sixth, while the 4X Racing K.C. Duncan driving car number 17 will roll from seventh. Eighth here tonight, Michael Robinson driving car number 36 will roll from eighth. Ninth will go to the Torque Wrenches Motorsports number 31 of Scott Wise. And starting in the 10th position, rounding out the top 10, driving car number 41 here tonight, Kevin Nicoletta, I believe that is, will start from the 10th position.
Starting on the inside of row number 6 is car number 83 out of Indiana. This is Gary Wells. Is outside car number 21 of Brandon Fries. Kenny McAuliffe in car 03 will roll off 13th outside of him. It is outside the All-in-One Motorsports car number 88. This is Anthony Hanley. Aaron Cooper and Jacob Williams will make up row number 8. Row number 9 going to go to Jacob Drift in the Torque Wrench Motorsports number 15. It is outside the 4X Racing is 22 of Jason Branch. Starting 19th out of the Midwest is car number 10. This is Corbin Simmons. And starting 20th on the grid, Michael Scum in car number 26 from Florida.
Starting back into the 21st position, Brandon Stab driving car number 47 with John Findlay back there in car number 11, starting 22nd. Going 23rd, there you see the rest of the field here as they scroll on past here as we're getting ready to go racing here tonight. 31 drivers have logged in here for round number 2. They are geared up. They are ready to go. That's your starting lineup here tonight for the Banner Construction as well. That pole award of Tom Gearing is ready to go here. He will lead us off turn number 4 this time by. You will see the green flag being dropped here tonight, so that U.S. Veteran Pole Award going to Tom Gearing tonight. Will he be able to hold on to the top spot? We're about to find out. iRacing.com Mustang down on the pit road. Get that thing off the raceway. Let's get him gearing up, wound up. Here we go racing here tonight at the Blown Piston Racing League. The Clash Series is green here in Kansas.
Down in the turn number 1, 2 by 2 by 2, all the way back through the field. One car stepping up. That was the 77 of Moore trying to make a peek around the 7 of Tyler Davala. They work down the backstretch for the first time, the American Ethanol backstretch. And it is car number 5 of Matthias on the outside, but that 46 acquiring. Your pole setter really working the bottom side of the racetrack really good right now. He's going to lead lap number 1.
So Rios will come back around here. Oh, hold the horses. It is actually going to be Roger Rios who does lead back to the line here to lead lap number 1. Tyler now trying to take the number 7 machine right up behind Roger Rios, the 46. One car falling off our timing and scoring. Don't know if the transponder just knocked off of it or not, but look at Tom Gearing. He's just down there on the bottom side of the speedway. That 46 has no help. Everybody going trailer park around the outside. They all go here tonight.
Off the corner number 4 for the second time, and Rios is still leading the field. The top 4 cars single file, then it's double file action behind them. Back there for spots. I believe that will be the 46 clearing back in 6 spots. So the top 5 all single file as they work down the back stretch. side by side, door to door. Into turn number 3 they'll go. That outside line got the momentum as they are starting to pull around the guys on the inside.
Yeah, there's Brandon Fries in car number 21. That Solar-sponsored entry, that Mustang, that bright yellow Mustang. You can't miss him to the outside. He's going around your pole sitter right now. So right now, the driver that's lost the most spots, that's your pole sitter. Tom in car number 46 has fallen now 6-7 spots back since the drop of the green flag. We'll see if he can get it wound back up. One car now does dive down to the bottom side of the speedway. I believe that's car number 4, Andrew Mraz. Now he'll go back to the top side as there's the 14 of Keys. He'll take it down to the bottom side. That Dyna Mark Machine, number 14, going to go to the bottom side trying to make a pass. That's the 77 of Moore to the outside. They're racing to the start-finish line. It'll be Keys picking up P number 3. They have the opportunity, not going to quite be able to slide up in front. He'll have to roll the bottom of 1 and 2.
Yeah, everybody's still doing a good job. The 77 of Moore going to come back on the outside, pedaling hard down the back stretch. He'll bring the number 4 of Mraz as well. So Mraz into the 4th spot, knocking back the 14 of Keys back outside the top 5 is Nicoletta.
3 wide car sideways up into the outside wall. Your pole sitter here tonight. Top curing up into the outside wall. Big trouble down here out of turn number 4 as the Superior templating. Caution flag lights are on all around the speedway. We will hold this race at a halt here on lap number 6. There you see the 46 is rolling away, but boy, he's got some damage to the rear end and a couple cars stopped. Aaron Cooper, it looks like Michael Robinson, maybe Kenny McCullough in that We the People number 03 entry. He looks like he maybe got some right rear damage on the McCullough Racing 03 entry. He is also slow on the speedway. Also looks like Jim Thorndike may have been involved. Simmons may have been involved. Reese may be also have had a little bit. Kevin Dyke may also be involved. Jason Branch. There's a slew of cars that have come to either a slow or have been involved here in our Superior templating caution flag number 1 here this evening. And we'll talk about a big one right there off turn 4.
And they saw how hard these drivers have been racing as a bunch of drivers are coming down pit road, mainly the drivers involved here in this first incident being led down by the number 15 automobile who'll make the hard left-hand turn into the pit stall. So these drivers going to come down, check out, maybe pull out some of that fender damage on these next-gen cars, top them off with fuel. But Roger, let's dissect what happened there off of turn number 4 to put us underneath our first Superior Templing yellow flag.
Well, there you saw the 88, the 46, and the 17. I believe that was to the outside. There's the 2 of Jacob Williams and his eSports entry. He got absolutely clocked there. There's the custom diecast, or custom, I believe that is, the custom paints and diecast number, is that the 88? I can't quite tell if that's the, it's the 52 on that car of Kevin Dyke. He was involved also. Let's take a look. Let's see if here we can ride on board. Riding on board with Casey Duncan. Duncan was to the outside in car number 17. That was his view, and then you see everybody spinning around. A couple cars coming in there. Gets hit. Oh, boy, a couple close misses there for Casey Duncan. Everybody fighting that time. Just that 3 wide going to get him.
Some hard hits right there. I'm going to see how, if any of these drivers are able to make it back out onto the racetrack, because we're still pacing behind the iRacing pace car down here in the turn number 1. So a lot of drivers down on pit road getting some damage fixed on their automobiles. We'll find out who's going to make it back out on the racetrack, because it looks like some have had to pull their automobiles behind pit road.
Well, that's not how you want to start things off here, but there is your race leader. The driver out of Puerto Rico, Roger Rios, is your race leader here tonight. Of course, he does have our caution sponsor there, the Superior Templating. Of course, presenting the yellow flag, as the yellow flag is out here tonight, as he is our race leader. He has led every lap here tonight, so currently he is in the Wise Guys Construction front man, most laps led right now for the time being, of course, for the time being. So that Wise Choice Construction Frontman Award currently going to Roger Rios. We'll see if he can hold that front spot here. Let's see if the iRacing.com pace car lights do go out. here at Kansas. Just a handful of laps into this one for the first caution flag, and it looks like they are going to start to double them up as they come back across the line here, taking a peek to see who is currently down on pit road. Casey Duncan, Jacob Williams, Aaron Cooper, I believe are all down on pit road. I don't see their transponders right now being registered.
Yeah, I believe Cooper might have taken that number 71 behind the pit wall. It looks like their day is done. They'll get a 30th place finish. So a tough break for Aaron Cooper, getting out early on in round number 2 here tonight here at the Kansas Speedway. And, well, we're going to double them back up. Roger, we saw how intense the racing was. It's only going to get more intense as we work close towards the end of tonight's race here tonight. The Banner Construction 130. Rio's going to start on the outside lane here on the start of this one. We'll see how this will work out. They got last week's winner in row number 2. That's the number 4 of Mraz and the 77 of Moore down to his inside. So everybody going to get on the restart here. Everybody jumps up. We're ready to drop the hammer one more time here at Kansas.
They're putting the Superior Templating yellow flag away here. We'll get back racing to lap number 26 here. Green flag up. Rio's going to get an absolute amazing start right on board. Their turn 3 racing onboard camera here facing back off Roger Rios' machine as everybody going to go single file pretty much here towards the front of the field. Everybody stretching out. Here comes Mraz. He's going to look to the inside this time out of turn number 2. Not going to have enough in that rev line. Number 4, he'll have to just fall back in line as they work down the back straightaway. Everybody single filed out.
Single filed out. You got to go back here a little bit down into the corner. We got some action. The 97 car starting to make some moves. He's got the 11 of Finley. So that is Shoot and Finley starting to work their way through the field. That's the first side-by-side action around the racetrack. Back here in spot 14 and 15. Steven Truck in that 29 works the outside. He's under attack by Thorndike. Now to the inside with that Dan Marino Miami Dolphins number 13 down the backstretch in the turn. Contact, and we got trouble again on the backstretch. Big trouble, just as I talked about Thorndike. The curse continues as the 13 will get all spun out, jammed up. Down here, yellow flag for the Superior Templating. Yellow flag coming out here in a race number 2 here. Yellow flag for the 13. Thorndike getting involved with, I believe that might have been the 29 of Jason Branch. Involved Stephen Tuck as well as all come down pit road.
So a crash on the back straightaway right after taking the green flag here. Going to put us back under that Superior Templating yellow flag here. Let's take a look back here as we were watching it. Watch the 13 there to the inside. And, well, from that one, we can't tell if the 13 comes up or if that was the 29 coming down. A couple drivers getting collected in that. There's the 22 being involved, and he does pull away. That was Jason Branch. There's the 03 once again. McCullough coming through there. Stephen Tuck, I believe that is the other driver. Let's take a look here. Two drivers just coming together down the back straightaway, and the 29 locks them up. And fortunately, everybody was coming with a huge head of steam. Everybody just piled right on in there, coming down the back straightaway. A lot of drivers coming to pit road there. Does look like Jacob Drift coming to pit road, Jason Branch, a couple other drivers down on pit road. But a lot of your race leaders have elected to stay out. Rios, Mraz, they all stay out here. There's a driver out there. It looks like he is getting our lucky dog. There is the 36 of Michael Robinson. He'll pick up that YJ lucky dog here on lap number 13 here tonight. So he'll take a wave around here, and he'll catch back up to the back of the field.
A lot of these drivers, these drivers that are involved in these early wrecks can spend a little extra time down on pit road getting these automobiles fixed up because they do have the lucky dog option. So we have at least 2 yellow flags going to come out that we know of at the end of these stages, lap 26. And then the stage 2 before going into that final stage here tonight, Roger. So these guys have some time, they can take some time, get these cars fixed up so they are not, too damaged, maybe not off the pace they get that lucky dog and they'll get right back into the thick of things here. But these guys, there's some heavy damage on that last one. Looks like the 37 car, Frank Reese with that Oreo sponsored 37. That front end has seen better days on that next gen Chevrolet.
Did you just say Chevrolet?
I did.
Well, they're still leading 1, 2, and 3. So, I mean, the Chevrolet Bowtie Brigade still having a good run here tonight. Early on, of course, we are just under, looks like about 12 laps away from that Stage 1 competition end there. Racing to the Wise Guys, iRacing Graphics, Stage number 1 end of that one. See who can pick up the 10 bonus points to win the stage. Of course, then so on, 9 points to second, 8 points to third, and so on all the way back to the 10th position. That will pick up 1 point at the end of that. Every point does matter.
So these guys definitely got to be there. Some tough break for some of the drivers already out of this race. The 99 and Jimmy McKee never got off of the grid, so a tough break for that driver. Hopefully everything is all right in that camp. We'll see them next week in action. Aaron Cooper out. Jacob Williams already behind the wall. Same with our pole sitter, the number 46 to Tom Queering, all behind pit road. Other drivers out there as well. Some on pit road getting fixed back up. Casey Duncan back on the racetrack, but multiple laps down as the lights go out on the Ford Mustang pace car. We're going to go back green flag racing next time by.
So as we get ready to go racing here tonight, race fans, thanks for tuning in here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Once again, Roger Muth, then Al Smith Jr. filling in for Dave in the Cave here tonight at the Kansas Speedway for round number 2 here for the Blown Piston Racing League, the Clash Series, presented by Banner Construction. See them assembled 2x2 down the back straightaway. They will come. A couple drivers still off the raceway here. It does look like Reese has been down on pit road for a while. Stephen Tuck, he was involved in that last accident along with Tom Kearing. He is out of tonight's race along with Jacob Williams. Cooper has not made his return to the racetrack, and of course, like Al said, Jimmy McKee did not take the call to the starting lineup here tonight. So everybody else is still out there, so it looks like about 25 cars still out there onto the racetrack here tonight after our second caution flag in the early stages of this one, but we will come back this time by. We will drop the iRacing.com pace car off onto pit road. We'll have a, call it a 10-lap shootout here.
10-lap shootout to decide who's going to pick up the points here in stage number 1. Rio's going to jet on the gas pedal. He'll put the floorboard through that electric ignition, or fuel ignition. I don't even know what is that, Roger, in these cars. They don't have the carburetor anymore, so can't say that, but it doesn't matter. It is Rios Moraz more under attack now as Davila going to take a look to the inside of that number 7 automobile, and he'll bring the number 14 Keys along with him side by side for the 4th position in the turn number 3 as they all start to single file it out. They got some guys coming back up through the field that involve the 88 of Hanley. Now going to take a move from the inside to the outside and cross the stripe.
You want to talk about a dangerous move there. The 88 of Hanley going from one side of the track to the other side, and he made it work. That all-in-one motorsports. Driver driving car number 88 has now picked up 9 spots since the drop of the green flag. You got to go back here. It does look like the 77 still side by side. That's Scott Wise now working to the inside. The Anheuser-Busch number 31. That Chevrolet working down low. Started in the 9th spot, picked up 1. He is now running in 8th. So your top 10 have broken away a little bit. Also looks like Simmons is with that top group, and then they're side by side. Finley's back there, Chute back there, Nicoletta back there, and Schramm is right there. Also, everybody's still side by side back here. That's the Marlin Sports entry number 11, John Finley right there. As he works down the back straightaway, he'll lead that group of cars. But we are closing in. Roger Rios still out front here leading the way. There's Mraz back there, and there's that 31. Scott Wise still working the inside here, trying to get around the 77 of Moore. Moore's been as high up as 3rd and as low back as 10th here tonight.
Yeah, Moore really has been up and down as he's still trying to get back towards the front of this one. He'll now, the Anheuser-Busch car will slide in front. Scott Wise will now take that 7th or 8th spot away. So Moore back to 9th, and he's got the 41 of Nicoletta starting to close then. On that is your top 10 cars are single file. As I say, that one car steps up, that out of line. I believe that is the number 21 of Fries. Fries, they're trying to hold off the advances of the 14 of Keys in the turn number 3. We are just 6 laps away from the end of stage number 1, and these guys know there are points on the line. Every position matters as they work down here in the turn number 3. The 83 of Wells going to paint the white line, now switches it up high, trying to get that momentum off of turn number 4.
As they come back across the line, Roger Rios still going to be leading this one. Leading Mraz, Davala, Hanley, and Wells. There you see the rev line, 83 right there. He is currently sitting in the 5th spot. He's picked up 6 spots since the drop of the green flag. Everybody seems right now like the storm is kind of contained for the time being here tonight at Kansas for these drivers, but will it stay that way? We've seen a lot of pack racing. Nobody able to really get away right now from each other. These front drivers all kind of just locked together, and we're going to see who will be able to pick up the stage win. There's some side-by-side battles a little bit deeper into the field, but those are pretty much kind of subsiding also here. Everybody around the speedway pretty much gone back into single file trying to ride out stage 1.
Scott Wise going to jump out to the outside. He saw a little bit of a checkup after some bumper tag down the ethanol back straightaway here at the Kansas Speedway. Is now the 31 of Wise going to pull around the outside and will make the pass on the 14 of Keys. Keys going to fight right back to the inside, side by side. This is the battle outside the top 10 or inside the top 10. You can see the gap though. The people in front of them single file. They're losing some touch with them. Is now the 14 of Keys going to fall all the way back into the 9th position.
There's your ride on board with our Turn 3 Racing onboard coverage here with Brandon Fry as he is running in the 6th spot. You see that Scott Wise now has P number 7 away from Moore and Keys. They all fall back in line, but they lost some ground. But watch how fast they are going to close in on this bumper here. That's because, well, this big old draft that they have here tonight, these cars pack a huge hole in the air, and they're able to suck right back up. They still have the high downforce, low horsepower package. One car to the outside, that's the Dan Marino, number 13 of Jim Thorndike. He'll go a lap down here. Race leaders, looks like we'll race around one more time here. Roger Rios still the race leader.
Working lap number 25 now. Just 2 laps to go. So the yellow flag will fly and they will award points to stage number 1. And Rios marking every move. Mraz trying to make a move on him as he comes in here. Now Wise going to take a look to the inside of Fry's off of turn number 4. That 31 car has found something and not afraid to make some aggressive moves. But Fry's back to 6 as Wise side by side for this spot on the final lap of the segment number 1.
So waiting for the caution flag here. I do believe maybe they will come back to complete lap number 26 because nobody's laying off the accelerator here. So Roger Rios still leading down the back straightaway. He'll come into turn 3 for the final time. Oh, Mraz that time looked like he either had to check up or maybe the car started to skate a little bit. Come across the line, it'll be Roger Rios picking up the Wise Guy iRacing Graphics stage number 1 win. Of course, have to wait for the officials to throw the caution. There it is, the Superior Templating caution flag coming out. Roger Rios will pick up stage number 1, brought to us by the Wise Guy iRacing Graphics stage 1 here tonight. So he picks up the win here in stage number 1 with Andrew Mraz and Tyler Davala back there in P number 3. Take a look at the timing and scoring. That's how they came across the line here to end stage number 1. So they're getting everybody bunched back up here. And, well, stage 1 out of the 130 laps. That's 26 laps officially completed. 27 now as the caution laps do count here tonight are completed. It's been a wild one to start this one off.
As the racing has been very intense, the big takeaway that I have noticed here from my first vantage point of this new next-gen NASCAR, the runs, you have to take them. When you get them, you got to take them. In the blocking, that, they're very aggressive out there on the moves with these cars. I believe everybody is going to come down pit road, make some adjustments on pit road with these race cars, get some 4 fresh tires and some Sunoco race fuel as your race leader will lead the field down pit road. So right now, your race leader Rios led every lap 1 through 28 as they come down pit road.
4 tires and fuel awaiting all these drivers as they come to pit road. It looks like 21 drivers able to come to pit road. Jim Thorndike also pitting here with the race leaders. He is a lap down, but we'll see how the iRacing officials score that one. Everybody into their stall. Looks like a couple drivers actually missing their stall. Roger Rios did miss his, and I believe a couple others. Rios still having some problems trying to find his stall. Finally, the jack goes underneath the right-hand side. They're going to put right side tires on it. See if they come around to the left side. He won't win the battle off pit road. Here comes the 7. Davala will win the battle off pit road, and then it'll be Christopher McCullough, Scott Wise, Andrew Mraz will come out there in P number 5. We do believe that's how they will line up here, so maybe jumping them. Car number 7, Davala, now will be scored as the race leader here. But as we pace under the stage break, we'll be right back here to the Kansas Speedway.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans. As you see, the official iRacing.com pace car lights are off here. So we were getting ready to go back racing here tonight at Kansas for the Blown Piston Racing League Class Series presented by Banner Construction here tonight. We do have, of course, the Wise Guys iRacing Graphics Stage number 1 winner here. Roger Rios, he will start back there a little bit deeper into the field. So Roger Rios picking up stage number 1 win here tonight. Who will be able to pick up stage number 2? We will race to lap number 65 here as we come down the American Ethanol back straightaway, coming back for a restart.
Stage 2 is going to be led to the green flag by Davala and Wise. Wise, one of the fastest cars in segment number 1, already picking up 7 positions in this in the Banner Construction 130, but they're all going to get behind the pace of that number 7. Mraz, third. Keys will restart in 4th. Green flag crunch, and the green flag is back out. We're back underway, and Davala with a great jump has about a 5-car length advantage into turn number 1.
Great start by him. Scott Wise, not so much. He'll fall back 1 spot as Andrew Mraz takes that spot away from him. Down into turn number 1, everybody wrapping the bottom. 3 wide battle, a little bit deep into the field there. They will sort that out. They will go down to just 2 wide as they race down the back straightaway here once again. It'll be Davala. That leads us into turn number 3. Will he be able to lead us back to the first lap of green flag competition here tonight after stage number 1? He will. He'll lead Andrew Mraz and Scott Wise back, and then you got to go back here to Andrew Moore. Back there, just outside the top 5. He's the first driver that was side-by-side to his outside, the 83. Old Gary Wells sitting there. He's on the outside right now. There's the 41. That is Nicoletta. That's Kevin Nicoletta in car number 41. He'll take that spot away from Gary Wells. Wells trying to side draft down the back straightaway as they separate themselves about halfway down. That will pull that 83 of Wells back. There's Roger Rios. Stage number 1 winner is back there running in the 8th spot, trying to work his way back through the field. 3 wide battle behind them. I believe that is Simmons. There's Hanley, and is that Ryan Nicoletta back there, all battling outside the top 10.
They're still 3 wide. They're 2 by 2 in front of one. Contact. The number 10 car up the racetrack is Simmons. Nice save by that automobile driver. Saving that automobile, but a little bit of left rear damage. Let's see if that really affects how his night will go in that YJ Enterprises. Car number 10, but a good save after contact. They were 3 wide. He's still falling back to the field as he builds back up the momentum.
Yeah, you see the momentum broken on that YJ Esports entry, and he will now go all the way back to outside the top 20. Hopefully he can get that car wound up. We don't know how much damage exactly. We can only speculate here as we see the damage, but is that really what the sim is calling for the damage? 4-car, a little bit of a breakaway. Tavalla, Mraz, Keys, and Fries. Right now, your drivers that are out front and leading this one here on lap number 35. Everybody else, single file behind them, wrapping around the speedway. You got to go back here. Hanley is currently sitting behind the 59 of Ryan Nicoletta. Now he's side by side with him, 2 by 2 back here for the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th position right now here on lap number 36. There's the 59. Entry down to the bottom side, Ryan Nicoletta. Hanley still working the outside.
Still door to door. Now they got momentum on the outside building. It is Robinson going to move up into that position on the outside. Scott that down on the inside. Still 2 by 2. As they work off turn number 4, but the inside line starting to inch a little bit ahead of the drivers on the outside as there's a 4-car pack to the inside compared to the 2 on the outside with his draft package, but up front, Mraz all over the back bumper. He's going to take a peek to the outside, not the inside. Bumper tag in the turn number 3. Everybody keeps it clean and green. 3-car breakaway. You got to go back 5-car lengths to get to the 21 of Fries as these drivers are jockeying for position. It is a 7-car breakaway at the front of the field.
7-car breakaway, but it's still rush hour jammed up jelly tight like Al's peanut butter and jelly sandwich back here. These drivers just outside the top 10 just are not getting away from each other. There is the Martin Sports number 47 of Stabby. Works the outside of the speedway, had a lot of momentum, and then all of a sudden the car stepped out down there in turn number 1. He got out of shape and lost the momentum. It broke the momentum. There goes the other Marlin Sports number 11 machine. There goes Finley down to the inside. He will make the pass. There comes the 36. He's going to come back on through here. Nicoletta still working the inside there. The 88 of Hanley still working the outside. 3 wide at the start-finish line. 1 driver way down to the bottom side. There's room down there, but the 36 going to get pinched off. He'll have to lift, and that will lose him some spots. Michael Robinson, car number 36 in the player 1 entry. Going to drop back a couple more spots. This is going to allow the number 60 now, Christopher McCullough, in the Valvoline entry. The super speedway driver to work his way back up here into the battle. He has picked up 13 spots so far here tonight since we've gone green flag racing in car number 60. Christopher McCullough coming to the front.
And our Charger so far up 18 positions, sits in that 10th position. That's the 97 automobile of Ron Shute. He sits there right behind the 41 of Nicoletta. Those 3 cars run nose to tail trying to catch him back up. But that action back here, just outside the top 10, still fierce, is now the 26 of Scom has gotten by him, runs in the 11th spot. He'll lead the train this time through turns 3 and 4, breaking that white line right at the bottom of the racetrack.
Everybody jockeying for position. A little over 20 laps away from the final stage break here tonight. Where is the driver who picked up stage number 1? Well, Roger Rios. He's been able to work his way back into the 5th spot after a terrible pit stop there under the first pit stop of the evening. There's a switch for positions. Andrew Keys is your race leader, as it looked like the 7 Tavalla that time had to lift going into 3, and that just switched spots, and now Keys going to be the race leader with Fries. Tavalla back there into P number 3. Andrew Mraz still sitting back into the 4th spot, while Roger Rios is still running into the 5th spot. Scott Wise has picked up 3 spots. He's running 6th. Andrew Moore back to 7th. Gary Wells is 8th. Kevin Nicoletta back there running 9th. And Ron Shute back there in the top 10. Still Ron Shute, there you see it. He says on the timing and scoring that the car is being scored as number 97. On your screen, you see it as car number 28. He is the biggest mover so far here tonight. Biggest mover. You saw that flash up there. The Top Groove Hard Charger right now of Ron Shute.
They're doing a good job up there. As Keys and Fry still leads it. Shute trying to figure out a way around the 41 Nicoletta, knowing that they got about 22 laps until that yellow flag is going to come in. They make some final adjustments before the final segment here tonight. Anthony Keys still out in the front of this one, but that is starting to get going. Now Scott Wise underneath your early race leader, the 5 Arios to the outside. Those two drivers still doing battle as they got slower traffic working outside of the racetrack.
So everybody jockeying, finding a home right now, and they will all get around those slower cars on the outside of the speedway. They're not quite all through there. There's the 11 car still to the outside. Here comes the 31. Scott Wise now had the door open to try and get around the number 4. Mraz working the outside. He's got the drafting help. Will he be able to take the draft from Roger Rios and make that pass complete? Trying to get back into the top 5 here for Roger Rios. He was there, and then he lost it. Now he's trying to get back in there. Andrew Moore lurking into the background. Where does he go? Does he go to the outside with that Golf Ford Mustang? Does he go inside or outside? It's a good question mark, but right now it does look like Scott Wise is who, if he wants to go to the outside, he can go to the outside and split Rios and Moore. And that's exactly what he'll take that Anheuser-Busch machine and do. So, Keys leads us back across the line to complete lap number 45 here tonight. Everybody really stretching themselves out here now.
Everybody getting single file, even back here. That battle we saw still being led by the 26 of Scum in the 11th position. They're starting to close in a little bit as one car gets sideways. That's the 47 of Stab, Braden Stab, in that 47 MS Motorsports entry. He'll lose a lot of momentum and maybe lose touch with this pack. So he got sideways off of turn number 2. Did not see if there was contact. But the way that car stepped out, wouldn't be surprised. Maybe just a wrong bump at the wrong time. It's up in front of him. A little bit of side-by-side action. It's now the 36 of Michael Robinson working underneath the 11 of John Finley. That's the battle for the 13th position.
They go down the back straightaway. That 36 all the way down to the white line, all the way down the back straightaway. It's going to be a bad entry into turn 3. He's going to have to lift a little bit. There you see the number 11 of Finley, though, come down side draft, hold him down to the bottom side of the speedway, trying to take the momentum away at the line. Give it to the 11 machine, but here comes the 36. Robinson back down to the inside. He'll have a better entry into 1, and actually he'll slide up in front of the 11 off turn 2. Now here comes the 11. Maybe call it a crossover move, I guess, if you will, here on the big super speedways for these cars. As now the 11 goes down to the bottom. Here comes the 88 also of Hanley. Can he work down to the bottom of car number 36? He will. Maybe the 36 had to crack the throttle. Oh boy, I don't know what that was, Al, but the caution lights are on. The Superior Templing caution lights are on.
Yeah, not sure. That looked like maybe something breaking on the 36 of Robinson. And that car just made a hard left right-hand turn. They were pretty far apart there, so not really sure what could have caused that to happen. But the 36 Robinson, the player 1 entry, getting back out onto the racetrack, that was a very, very weird incident involving the 36 of Robinson and the 88 of Anthony Hanley.
Well, let's see if we can call that back here tonight. Let's see. Watch the 36 to the outside. Watch the 88, and all of a sudden, out there, your head could have fit through there. That's how much room was between those two cars.
Yeah, that was definitely some voodoo going on there. Not really quite sure what to make of that, but a tough break for the 36 of Robinson. I hate to use that dreaded word that we use here when we race on the sim, but that was a major net code.
Hanley's going to be the one that really takes the brunt of the damage there. You see the front nose clip of car 88 absolutely ripped off and gone. The rear deck lid, the rear spoiler is all jacked up on that car. And you want to talk about, watch it. Just let's go on board. Nothing around him, and then all of a sudden, That's definitely got to be the worst voodoo I've ever seen.
Definitely, I would agree with you on that one. But we got some front runners coming down pit road. A little bit of strategy being played out here right before the end of stage number 2. Looks like a fuel-only stop for the number 4 of Mraz. The 5 of Rios also on pit road. They'll come off their pit road, so maybe a little bit less time that they'll need to be on pit road. Maybe they can't make it the full distance here in segment number 2. But those drivers coming back out, they left the top 10. Now they'll come back out 12th, 13th, 14th on the field. So a handful of drivers, Roger, coming down pit road. A little bit of strategy here in segment number 2.
Well, I'm taking a peek through, our social media platforms, and right now I can tell you Jacob Williams absolutely not happy after lap number 4. He is a little disappointed and said he should have committed to taking a nap here tonight instead of racing to lap number 4. His night does end on lap number... He will be credited with 6 laps officially completed here tonight. Jacob Williams in car number 2 being scored 29th on our timing and scoring. So his night not going to go the way the way he thought it should have went. Let's take a look here, seeing if we can find anybody out there. Let's see if we can get a word in here, Al. Let's see if I can get this to work. We're not really big on the whole updated Discord thing here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a word in with the driver of car number 14. Right now, he is the leader here tonight. Anthony Keys, you got a copy? It's Muth up here in the booth tonight.
Yep, I can hear you.
Well, you're out there leading a bag of mixed tricks, though, here as you got car number 14 to the front of the field. Some of your competitors coming down, you staying out here. What was the call behind the helmet?
I didn't think it was a particularly difficult call. I just looked at the fuel and thought that we weren't going to have much trouble. Perhaps my math is off. I think Andrew Mraz, that is, may have dragged a few people down with them. But we'll see how it goes. I wanted to keep the track position, so,
Track position, you're saying, is very important out there. How's the car been handling?
Well, the car is handling good, but the problem is it's handling good for everybody. So, really, it's a game about being in the right place with what you're doing with the air and all the cars around you. So, me and Brandon did a nice job getting by Tyler and Andrew, and we managed to keep them behind us. So, it's about managing the air, really. All the cars are handling pretty good.
Well, keep the car out front, and you have that clean air here as we get ready to go back racing.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Ali said he didn't think it was that important to come get fuel right now, so he stayed out, and he will be the race leader once again. We'll become back green after our caution flag here tonight. Our superior templating yellow flag lights are out on the pace car.
Lights are out. That Serve Pro Dynamark number 14 going to show the way. The solar sponsor number 21 of Brandon Fries. He'll start to the outside of row number 1. And look at that. 3 blue ovals inside the top 4. Roger, I'm a happy man right now. But how about the biggest mover?
Hey, I heard that. You almost said blue bow ties. I'm just going to point it out.
Oh, you didn't hear anything. How about our biggest mover, the 97, the Shoot, inside the top 10 for the first time here tonight, running in the 6th position here after some drivers came down pit road. The pace car going to take the hard left-hand turn on the pit road. We're going to go back green flag racing. This time off of turn number 4, he'll have 11 laps to settle it out here in segment number 2. Score those points here in there. Through the restart zone, we're back under the green flag, and it is Keys going to lead them to the line. Fry's going to be able to jump down behind them. They'll get into the single file formation, leaving it 2x2. And behind them, in first spot, number 3, Scott Wise, works to the inside of the 77 or more. Is the 41 of Nicolette. Going to work to the inside of the 70, the 97, the Shoot. Is there jam in there? Look at Mraz from the inside to the top 4 in the turn number 3.
Well, he's back there running 9th, but oh boy, he's going to run real tight there as he come up on the 60 of McCullough. He did not come to pit road. Shoot also did not come to pit road, and boy, did it just get absolutely tight there for Andrew Mraz, who's trying to work his way back up. He's inside the top 10. Christopher McCullough actually there on that restart. As soon as the timing and scoring just absolutely updated, he went up 23 positions as, of course, that hard charger here tonight. So he is sitting inside the top 10, 23 spots. That Valvoline, the original motor oil McCullough Racing number 60, is on rails. Well, he does have some drivers that did come to pit road behind him, trying to catch back up. Lap 56 working right now. 55 has been officially completed. Only two real big leaders here tonight, as Keys is one of them.
Side by side is the 60 of McCullough. Going to see Mraz go to the outside. Here comes the 97 to shoot. He'll move to the outside as well. Mraz absolutely flying. I believe it was a fuel only spending 7.2 seconds on pit road as they are side by side. Look at them fanning out here through the tri-oval in the turn number 1. Now settling it back to 2x2. But Mraz absolutely flying, working the outside of the speedway. He'll sit there behind the 77 or more to see. He'll get the momentum built up back down the straightaway as they pass the 0-3 of McCullough. McCullough on the inside, and that number 0-3 as they work here through turns 3 and 4. Still 2x2. Oh, the 59 sides up, almost gets into the side of Dahlia off of turn number 4.
Everybody racing hard here because they know stage points are still out there to go and get. But the laps for that are counting down. Racing to lap number 65 here at the conclusion of lap 65. We'll throw the caution flag here. So once you see 66 up there on that timing and scoring pylon. But look at the 3 wide racing. Don't tell them right now that they're not that close to the end of the stage because they're racing like it's the last lap for a victory here and a all-you-can-eat ice cream buffet. That's going to get close that time. Nicoletta contact. That's Ryan Nicoletta up the track there. Now they're going to try 4 wide contact again. The 93 there is sideways, and he was able to actually save it.
Yeah, great driving there. Had to crack the throttle. That was John Minkowski. First time we called his name here tonight. He worked inside the top 10. Now going to lose some spots. But a great save there to save the race car. Did not bring out that yellow flag presented by Superior Templating as we all cross line 59 into the books, working lap number 60. So 6 laps to go here in this stage. Business starting to pick up on the front of this one. Moore still has it. Moraz going to go from the outside down to the inside. Can he make the momentum work off of turn number 2? He's got some help from the 0-3 of McCullough down the backstretch.
Yeah, McCullough had to start towards the back of the field here tonight. Actually, Kenny McCullough, that is in the 0-3. There's the 60 of Christopher McCullough to the outside. Both of them have different nights here. One qualified inside the top 15. The other one had to start towards the back of the field here. Both right now inside the top 10. Lap number 60 in the books here. Here comes the 4. Andrew Marat still trying to work his way back. Remember, he was the race leader at one point here tonight. What happened to, oh boy, there goes the 4. A little tight, had to lift. Here comes the 0-3. We, the people machine down to the inside. Kenny McCullough trying to make another move back up through here. He'll now, oh, he had to lift a little bit, and that just packed the air onto Mraz. They both are going to lose ground now to the 60 of Christopher McCullough.
Yeah, they'll work there now. The 97, the shoot going to work to the outside of that 0-3 of McCullough as well. So McCullough back to the 9th spot, make it 10th as Nicoletta going to work to the outside as well. Bumper tag through the corner to the top for your 3rd spot. 2nd place sideways. That's going to stack them up. Nice save by Fries as Fries and Wise made some contact that time off turn number 2. A little bit of bump drafting gone wrong. So now a gap back to Keys, coming to 3 laps to go in segment number 2. And Nicoletta out of nowhere is now 2nd, closing in on your race leader.
They're stacked up, though, back there for that 3rd spot. Side by side, Fries to the inside, Moores to the outside. And that golf number 77, Christopher McCullough right there. When the stage break comes, he is going to be there. He will push the 21 of Fries down the back straightaway. Here comes the 31. He's going to have to lift. That's Scott Wise in car number 31. As, oh boy, it looked like McCullough really lifted that time. Look how far the 21 of Fries in that Solar number 21 absolutely shot away. They're going to be all stacked up here. You can tell that anticipation here for the stage N is starting to ratchet up that intensity level. Look at the 4. Mraz will now side draft the 21. Maybe a little bit of hip check there. They were sideways. One car into the outside wall. I believe that is shoot.
They're still side by side back here. Now the 77 or more trying to make a move to the outside of the 41 of Nicoletta. This time by the white flag will fly in segment number 2. He still has as they work down here in the front stretch in the turn number 1. Nicoletta with a run to the outside. No, we'll cut it down low. Nicoletta down low. That's going to move Keys up the racetrack. Bid for your race lead, this time off of turn number 2. The 77 or more with a momentum side by side back there is Mraz and the 60 McCullough. That's for your 4th position. And look at the runs that they got. This time off of turn number 4. The green and white checkered flag will be waving. Stage number 2 is going to go to Keys as he'll pick up that stage victory. 3 wide behind them.
3 wide behind them to round down the top 10, but it'll be Keys, Nicoletta, Moore, Mraz, McCullough, Fries, Wise, Shoot, Nicoletta, and Davala will come into your 10th position. That's how it looked as they came across the line to us here in the tower. But it will be Keys picking up stage number 2, brought to us by Custom Paint and Diecast. Stage number 2 winner will go to Anthony Keys, so he will pick up that 2nd stage, and that is, well, the final time to take home some points here tonight in our stages. As you see, the Superior templating caution lights are on all around the speedway. So Anthony Keys, who did not come to pit road to put in any fuel in car number 14, had just enough to trickle that number 14, that Mustang, across the line here for our stage number 2 winner. Well, what happened to Roger Rios? He was stage number 1's winner. Well, he did not get back into the top 10. He also did come down pit road on lap number 50 to top off car number 5. Rios will be credited back there with a 12th place finish in that stage.
Yeah, some great racing there. The business really started to pick up there as we are just past the halfway point of this race as stage number 2 has come to a close. Now, Roger, have we learned enough behind the wheel to get into victory lane? We see the monster runs, but the problem is doing something with those runs is everybody's going to make the hard left-hand turn, come down pit road. One driver looking like they're staying out, but everybody's going to come down pit road. So Keys going to come down pit road. Will he be able to hit his marks? We saw Rios get shuffled back after having some issues getting to the pit box here on pit road.
Yeah, I think one of the keys here tonight is going to be find your momentum, find your little bit of a moment, and find the hole. But you got to be patient. You talk about Keys right there. Anthony Keys messed up entering his pit stall there. Another driver just in front of Keys, I believe that's Tyler Davala, also having some problems here on pit road. So pit road, a big problem factor here tonight for a lot of these drivers. The 77 down and away, battle off pit road. It'll be Mraz, McCullough, 3 M's crossing the line here to end our, one driver around back there. It looks like the 03 is turned around. Kenny McCullough on pit road, and the People 03 has been turned around on pit road. He does right the ship.
So we'll see what happens when they come back around here, but I believe this will be our 5th different leader right now. The driver leading the most laps is going to go to Rios, who led all of stage number 1. And then we have Finley, unofficially, by my marking, Roger, this is all unofficial. We have Finley leading lap 29, and then Davala leading 30 through lap 40 before Keys took it over. But now it'll be Moore out front with that Gulf number 77. He'll be credited with leading lap number 67.
Well, we got to pay some of the bills here tonight, so we will be back here tonight for the Blown Piston Racing League, the Clash Series, presented by Banner Construction right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the final stage here tonight at Kansas.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans. As you see, doubled up here side by side, 2x2, if you will, as the Superior Temple and caution lights are out. We're ready for the final stage. We're going to go to lap 130 here tonight. Of course, well, 2 stages in the books. Roger Rios picking up the Wise Guys iRacing Graphics stage number 1, while Anthony Keys picking up the Custom Paints and Diecast stage break number 2. Caution car off. We are back racing here at Kansas, as everybody coming up to speed, chasing Andrew Moore.
We're going to jump on that gas pedal. He'll bring Mraz with him. Keys slip through his box. He'll fall back to 4th now as McCullough, that Valvoline number 60. Going to move into the 3rd spot. Everybody's single file. Oh, a little bit out of shape was a 21 of Fries, but now Fries going to lose spots. Here comes Rios. Rios, your early race leader, up to the 6th position, is your top 7 car single file. And you got to go back here with Davila working the outside of the speedway. He'll work the outside of the chute, and that is for the battle for your 8th position. And here comes the 83 of Gary Wells. Gary Wells inside the top 10, trying to make it forward. His action starting to pick up here in the final segment of tonight's Banner Construction 130.
Gary Wells has been as high as 3rd here tonight and as low as outside the top 10. Right now, Wells is battling inside the top 10. To the inside, there you see that is the Ron Shute, number 97 machine. Shute, who was, of course, one of our hard chargers earlier in the race. He's still picking up the double digits, but he is not as high up as Christopher McCullough, who is to the outside there. There goes the 14 of Keys. Keys will work his way back down around the number 60 of McCullough. McCullough back into the 26th position. He is still, though, one of those hard chargers here tonight, presented by Top Groove.
Anthony Keys now closing in on that rev line number 4 of Mraz, as Mraz had a well of a run off turn number 2, had nowhere to go but to the back bumper of the 77 of Moore. Is now Anthony Keys will breathe the throttle just a little bit as they work behind the number 4 Mraz. He'll speak to the outside, carrying the momentum. Bid for race for your 2nd spot down the backstretch.
Here comes the 14. Keys now stuck the keys in the hole in that opening, and now he will scoot ahead into P number 2. Hold the phone, though. Andrew Mraz back down to the bottom side. Here comes that rev line. Oh, boy, here comes Kevin Nicoletta. Where did the 41 come from? He is there now bidding. It will be Mraz, though, holding P number 2 at the line. Everybody still chasing that pony that is out front. Moore's. That is Andrew Moore, Jr., your race leader here, lap number 75. There's the battle of 3 cars, 1, 2, 3 in the picture. Here comes the 14 now. He'll have a run to the inside.
Keys with a nice run off turn number 2, unable to do anything with it at this juncture. The 4 Mraz able to hold the bottom of the racetrack, and 77 or more up the racetrack. He had to breathe it a little bit off turn number 4, and now Mraz all over the back bumper. Mraz picking up the win as we're going to go 3 wide for your race lead in the turn number 1.
The 4, Mraz going to have to lift there. Look how close that crown of that bow tie is. 2 Fords lead the way down the back straightaway, but the 14 of Keys has nobody drafting him. Roger Rios got a stuck, jammed up jelly to the outside there, and he will hold the outside lane. There's the 77 of Mraz back, or Moore back around to the race lead here. He'll come back around. He'll lead another one. 2 packs formed up right now. You have these drivers here all the way back to Brandon Fries and Kevin Nicoletta. That's your top, looks like 7 drivers. And then Tyler Duvall back there. Ron Shute, Gary Wells, John Finley, and Scott Wise all back there just battling inside or outside the top 10. Correction, outside the top 10. But look at the 14. Anthony Keys, who was battling for the race lead, has now all the way fallen back to 6th position, as there goes the 21 of Brandon Fries. Those two drivers, of course, racing out of the same stable of cars, trying to work together.
Now they'll get single file here as they work into turn number 1 and 2. The 60, Kristen McCullough with a run, but here comes Rios. Roger Rios working to the outside to move him into the 3rd position. Remember, he led the first opening segment all the way to lap 28 before coming down pit road. Has taken a little bit, but now the cream is starting to rise to the top as Rios going to move down here in the turn number 1. Top 3 cars starting to break away from that second pack. Here is now 3.5 seconds is the distance from first back to 8th, where there's a gap of 3 seconds. Separating them is now the 14 of Keys and McCullough, maybe starting to lose some ground to the 41 of Nicoletta, as Nicoletta runs in that 5th spot. They got to get single file, get sucked back up here. Is the top 7 cars still doing theirs? Mraz all over the back bumper of Moore, unable to do anything with his runs, maybe trying to loosen up that 77 on entry. Not that time, as Nicoletta going to work underneath the 21 of Fries for the 4th position.
As they run up front, look at the battle back here for 7th. Some of the best racing on the speedway. You talk about Keys and Fries and Rios up front there, but Zavala, Finley, Shoot, Stab, Wells back here. Holy cow, these drivers. And look at the 10. There is Simmons, that YJ Esports entry. He was sideways up against the outside wall in that last segment, and now he is back here inside the top 15. He is running 13th with that Chevrolet down on the bottom side of the speedway. He's got Wise just behind him in car number 31. There's the 15 Drift. He's been all sorts of quiet here tonight in that Burger King number 15. You see him working just behind there in this group of cars. This is the second group of cars on the speedway. They have kind of broken themselves apart, and they've all found themselves a little bit of a home. Everybody up front, single file. This is the best racing on the speedway. Looking 3 wide. Here comes the YJ Esports number 10. Simmons took a peek down to the inside there of Stab and Shoot, but he elected to hold back just a little bit.
They're still there side by side, just like they did on the restart here as they work off a turn number 2. No change up front as everybody's still single file, so all eyes are back here watching this battle. Is Wise, the 31 automobile, who was inside the top 10 for most of this race, now stuck to the outside trying to make some moves as he watches the 47 automobile of Braden Staff go to the inside. Still it's up there now. The 7 of Duvall out front of this one. Can they get single file? Or do they need the yellow flag? This group, some 5 seconds behind your race leaders as they work in the turn number 3.
Yeah, your race leaders have gone single file. They have started to set some blistering lap times here tonight. So we're seeing if they can stay single file and kind of separate themselves. And, well, that top 7, that is the top 7 right now that have got themselves into the single file formation. You're watching Davala, Shoot, Wells, Finley, Wise, Stab, Simmons, Drift back here, all underneath the blanket. These drivers are still jammed up, as Al would say, as they are not letting each other get away. Still the highest mover here tonight. Oh, big moment there is the 47 of Stab, and that white number 47, the Martin Sports entry, just went from the inside to the outside. I didn't think there was a gap there, but the 10 of Simmons did allow him to kind of drift up in there and get that car in there. So, I thought for a moment we were going to have one turned into the fence.
Yeah, it was very tight racing there. A lot of side drafting in this group. Is now the group being led by the 97 automobile of Shoot. Then Davala working the outside of the racetrack. These guys got to get in line, work together, chase down as they lose more time to your race leaders. Now they are 6.5 seconds back, just in 2 laps time, Roger. So these guys running side by side a little bit slower, not as formed up as the front there. But will we have green flag pit stops? We saw some pit strategy come into play a little bit earlier. Everybody came down pit road this last time, took some 4 fresh tires and some fresh fuel. We'll see green flag pit stops. Will we see any more mistakes? As now Davala with a great run. He'll look to the inside of Gary Wells in the turn number 3.
So Wells going to have to give the spot up. That rev line, 3 wide. There's the Dan Marino number 13 once again. That's a good-looking car, Al. I don't remember if you remember when that 13 of Dan Marino was back on the track back in, what was that, the early 2000s, but that year number 50 or something, the golden year for NASCAR.
Yeah, that was a great-looking car. I loved that, the 13 automobile there, Dan Marino, and I forget who his partner was with that, but the driver, was it Jerry Nadeau that was driving that car?
That was Jerry Nadeau. I believe I have one of those die-casts sitting over there in a box somewhere on the shelf.
I know all this stuff, and it's meaningless until we get doing this, but yeah, tough break for that automobile, the 13 out there.
Caution lights are on the speedway. One car has been turned around. I don't believe... Oh, there's the 93. Get Your 6 Coffee Co. has been turned around. So the Superior Templating caution lights are on the speedway as he's trying to get that car turned back around. Let's take a look what happened. To Big John in car number 93. Oh, the 26 going to come in and... Unfortunately...
They clipped the apron there, just lost the front of the race car and up the racetrack. That was a tough hit there. And how about the 59 getting through there, Ryan Nicoletta? Just sneaking by there at the end of that one.
Well, I'd rather be lucky than good, is what they say, and boy, let's see if we can ride on board here with Nicoletta. Riding on board just off to the right of his helmet. Whew. That'll make you pucker even on a replay when you know it's coming. So now the question being, Al, Moore's out front. Does he come to pit road? It looks like he may.
Looks like he's going to come down pit road and bring almost everybody with him. One car stays out on the racetrack. There, that one is the 93 of Mankowski. So Moore going to lead the charge down pit road. Let's see who will come off pit road. This might be the final time we see him on pit road with just 40 laps to go. Pack it full of fuel. Maybe put some tires on there. Everybody hitting their marks so far.
Right side tires going on for a lot of these drivers. One driver already down and away. I believe that was the 60 of McCullough, and that was a 4-tire stop for him. He was pitted way down towards turn number 4, so his drop is jacked and on the way. And here's your race leaders of race off pit road. The 4, Mraz, Morkes, Rios, McCullough, Nicoletta, Davala, Fries, Wells, and I believe that's Wise, as one car did stay out. That was Jacob Drift.
Yeah, he'll be your race leader here on lap number 90. So we'll see if Drift will come down pit road or stayed out to get those valuable points.
Taking a peek through where some of these drivers are from, and Al, I think I've asked this before to you, and I see this here for Mraz. He's from East Lansing, Michigan. Do you know how many drivers are out of the Lansing, Michigan area?
I mean, that seems like a hotbed of drivers, to be honest with you. So, honestly, no. The answer to that question, no. I'm going to say it's probably pretty high, though.
I'm gonna be willing to bet. I mean, you and I know, and a lot of the fans that are tuning in here tonight know that we do a lot of broadcasting here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and I'm going to say there's a new driver from Lansing, whether it's east, west, north, just Lansing, Michigan in general. Just throw it under the blanket. At least once a week, I see a new driver out of Lansing, Michigan. I think they should have their own server at this point.
Hey, it's a hotbed of having some fun here on the racing service, and, well, I'm getting hungry. There's Burger King out in the front of this one. You think they'll bring some up to the booth?
I believe, no, not for you.
All right. You're right. I don't need it.
But you know who does need it? Our friends that are down south that are snowed in right now. Of course, old Dave in the Cave taking the night off as he snowed in down south. Had to actually, he snowed in with no power and had to leave his own home. So his cave is vacant, ladies and gentlemen. If you know where Dave is actually from down in South Carolina, his home is unoccupied right now. And I'm not going to tell you there's some real nice racing goodies in the cave, but...
Do you think you put the boulder in front of the cave?
I don't even think he knows how to get the boulder moved.
That's true. He is kind of weak.
Weak, and, well, We're only kidding.
Cold. He's cold right now.
Yeah, he was cold. That's why he had to go over to his brother-in-law. So we do hope all of our race fans that are tuning in are well and staying warm. It does look like
Interested to
the
see
iRacing
here.
pace car lights are off.
I was just going to say, I'm interested to see how this is going to play out for the 15 of Drift. He's going to take the outside on this restart. Mraz is your first car that came down pit road, took 4 tires, probably packed that car full of fuel. We're going to go back to green flag racing with under 40 laps of green flag action left here tonight. Mraz looking to go back-to-back to stay the only winner here in the Blown Piston Racing League's opening or first 2 races, trying to be the only driver to go to victory lane, Roger. He's got some hungry drivers behind him, though. We saw Moore lead some laps. How about the 14 of Keys, an early race winner? That number 5, the superior templating car number 5. Well, he sits in spot number 5. Is he close enough in striking distance? Can he make something happen here with under 40 laps to go? We're going to find out. The pace car going to get off the racetrack to the safe haven of pit road. And we are in the hands of the 15 Drift and Mraz of the 4. Back through the restart zones, up through the gears, and it'll be Drift jumping out to the race lead.
Drift with the damaged Burger King car will lead us back across the line. We're going to see how long he can hold on to the front spot here, but here comes Andrew Mraz looking for the inside lane. He will take the race lead, as it does look like the Drift machine will drift to the high lane. You see everybody working around him down the back straightaway, though. It will be Andrew Mraz, Andrew Moore, and Anthony Keys right now. 3 A's out front.
And Drift's going back through the field as he works the outside of the racetrack. But Mraz going to lead his first lap of the race here on lap 93. And he's got a back bumper full of that Golf number 77 or more. One car up in the outside wall. I believe that was the 15, the Drift. He got up in the outside retaining wall. He keeps it pointed in the right direction. We will stay green as your top 5 start to break away from the 60 of McCullough. Fries run 7th. Wise is in 8th. Davila and Stab. Now your top 10 as they come off the corner. And Keys under attack from Moore to the outside.
Who will have the inside, the outside? Rios is right there also. He's pushing on that Ford to the outside right now. So it's a Chevrolet, 2 Fords, and a handful of Chevrolets before you go back to another Ford. Highest running Toyota that is up there on the racing surface is Ron Shute. He is back there running into the 16th position. Lowest running manufacturer right now are those Fords, being scored back in 31st by Jimmy McKee.
You just had to throw out there about the Fords. But I'm telling you right now, these Fords are going to get teamed up here. They cross line lap 95 in the books. We are getting ready. That pay window starting to get greased up, and Mraz doing all he can to keep Moore to the backside as they work off the corner. Moore with a good run. He'll get down the backstretch. Can't do anything with it. Single file all the way down the backstretch. And here comes the 31 of Scott Wise. I'm going to tell you, keep an eye on that Anheuser-Busch number 31. He was able to make some moves early on in this race, got mirrored back in traffic, and now back inside the top 10 and looking for more down here in the turn number 1.
So here comes Wise. He'll peek underneath the 21 there of Fries. Now, McCullough into the back of the 14. Christopher McCullough. And the 14 there of Anthony Keys up into the outside wall. There was damage to Anthony Keys' car. And that's not going to be good for our custom paints and diecast Stage 2 winner of Anthony Keys. He's got a heavy, heavy rear end damage.
Tough right there. They were 3 wide at that point. That really broke apart this front group. We'll see if they can get regathered back in. Your top 4 cars has a little bit of gap back to the 31 of Wise, who's up to the 5th position. Top 3 cars, nose to tail. How about Rios? Just kind of there, like a snake in the weeds, I'm going to say, Roger, as he is stalking the top 2, trying to find out where he's going to make his move. Moore washed up the racetrack. That allows Rios straight to the back bumper down the front stretch.
So 3-car breakaway, but Kevin Nicoletta right there in car number 41. He'll still have the draft. Scott Wise will still have the draft, so they're going to be able to draft back together as long as they all stay into the single file formation. Tyler Duvall back there, Gary Wells, Stab, Fries, McCullough, and that is Kenny McCullough now. And car 03 is inside the top 10. What happened to Christopher McCullough? Where did he fall to after all that exchange? Well, he is back there running into the 15th position. He was up inside the top 5 at the time of the incident, but now he is going to move from being one of our biggest movers and shakers of this race. Our Top Groove Hard Charger, well, now that's going to switch hands. That's going to go back to Ron Shute, driving car number 97. He is, of course, our Top Groove Hard Charger, currently here with 30 laps to go, and he still's got some cars out in front of him.
Yeah, I believe that the 60 of McCullough really having a lot of damage on the right side and left side. That's really hampering his efforts here. So a tough break for the drivers. He's falling back all the way to the 16th position. Is now Wise putting some pressure on the 41 of Nicoletta. Is those guys all formed back up, Roger? They did what I was asking, and they have caught there in the action, about to get turned up here. 29 laps to go when they cross the stripe. Here is Wise down to the inside. Can he make a move on the 7 of Davila? Can't do it this time in the turn number 3. Everybody single filing it underneath the lap automobile. That's the 93 automobile that was involved in that wreck. That is John Minkowski. And they will get by him with no problem here as he stayed to the outside. So still Mraz, the winner from 1 week ago, showing the way off of turn number 2.
Waiting to see who's going to be the next driver that will step out of line. We've seen how precious momentum being built up is here tonight, and all these drivers able to come back and draft each other. You got to go back here and look at Keys. Keys going to go underneath Ron Shute now. So Anthony Keys going to pick back up another one. He'll now be scored back into the 12th spot. There's Brandon Fries. So the two teammates are right there together. Of course, I don't know what happened to Brandon Fries to put him so far back. It looks like maybe just a terrible pit stop, which put that Solar number 21 back here outside the top 10 as they're going to go around that slower car to the outside there. So everybody staying down in line. This group of cars being led by Kenny McCullough. Out of line there was the 14 of Keys, maybe just trying to get a little air to the nose of car number 14.
I believe so. I believe that that group back there all had to check up when that contact was made, as that was a massive group. Now got about a 7-car breakaway to make an 8-car breakaway before you get back there to the McCullough-led second group, as that is some 5.8 seconds behind this lead group, as Mraz still showing the way over Moore, Rios, Nicoletta, and Wise. Is drift into the outside wall, almost contact with the 31 of Wise, that time off turn number 4.
And that's the Jacob Drift entry. That is down a lap currently here. He was the race leader when we went back racing, but he has since then fallen off the race pace with a very, very damaged Whopper machine. So a big Whopper out there tonight for Drift. He will be scored well outside the top 15. Right now being scored about the 20th spot on our scoring pylon here. Multiple laps down.
Tough break there for that 15. Led some laps early on in this one. Right now, Mraz trying to lead it as we hit 25 laps to go here in the Banner Construction 130. In business is about to pick up. These guys aren't going to just want to ride in line as they work around the backstretch up past the American Ethanol backstretch into turn number 3. And it is all Mraz. He is leading the Pied Piper off of turn number 4. If you're back there more, the 5 Arayos, are you gauging your runs right now? We see how fast you can suck up. You have to suck up in the right position, Roger. If you're one of these drivers, are you playing with that right now? So that way maybe we'd say 2 to go or on the last lap, you know what to do with that run?
Oh, absolutely. As the caution lights are going to come on, the Superior Templating caution lights number 7 here tonight have come on around the speedway. Oh boy, it looks like the 14 of Anthony Keys has gone around here, and well, his day went from looking oh so good and promising here tonight to possibly a very, very disappointing finish. Let's take the look back. Oh, a little contact there. Ron Shute going to get into the back of the 14, and around going to go Anthony Keys to bring out the caution flag. And well, go back and have to watch this from a little bit further out. You see the contact, caution lights didn't come on, and then looped around goes the 14 down in the corner.
Tough, tough, tough. Right there.
So the question now, Al, is what do you do? Your Mraz, your Moore, Rios coming to pit road?
Well, it looks like they're going to answer the question for you. They're all going to come down pit road. So one final stop here, potentially, to see what happens with this. But they will come down pit road, and we'll see what will happen.
Well, and to answer some of our fans out there, of course, the custom paint and die cast lap leader right now. I believe Roger Rios still has the most laps led, Al, I believe, at this point, because he led the first opening 28 laps of this event.
He did, and we'll see what happens. He is already around to the left sides. Mraz down, but how about Stab going to come to the off of pit road? He'll pick up the lead off of that. Braden Stab with a little bit of strategy there, Roger. He is going to come out.
2 tires on car number 47. The call I'm being told. So 2 tires and fuel on that Martin Sports number 47. He'll pick up 20 spots here now, being scored as our race leader. It'll be Andrew Mraz, the first driver, with 4 tires, along with Moore, Rios, Davala, Wells, McCullough. That's Kenny McCullough. Kevin Dyke, and looks like Corbin Sims also getting 4 tires on their cars, along with John Finlay. They are the top 10 current runners on the scoring pylon. With my math, Al, under 20 to go when we do go back racing.
It'll be definitely under 20 to go, and it's going to be Stab out on the front of this one. Mraz second, Moore, Rios, and Davala. Did not see that happening. Someone rolling the dice. I guess if you're back of the pack, you got to do that. And it definitely either a 2-tire stop or fuel only on that 47 a Stab. 9.37 in the pit.
That's quick. That's quicker than you eating a cheeseburger.
You said you weren't going to bring that up again.
Well, you keep talking about Burger King, and you keep turning your head away from that mic and whispering, I'm hungry. I can't help you up here. Grubhub is not delivering right now here in Pennsylvania, so I'm sure in New York it's starting to maybe sprinkle down some snowflakes up there, and I'm sure they're not going to deliver to you either.
Well, that's just not right.
Well, I guess when you're hungry, you're hungry. You can always fire up that Blackstone grill, I know.
Yeah, you could. Then maybe that'll melt some of that snow you're getting.
Well, I mean, you can go outside. It's too cold for me.
Well, I got a little bit more insulation than you.
Exactly. That's why we're going to send you out there. Right now, though, we have that Spirit Templing caution lights all around on the speedway here. We'll see if they go out this time by, because it'll be 20 laps to go. Would give us a 19 official lap shootout. A couple cars are out in front of the race leader. They should get that lucky dog in the waiver round. Looking at who was our lucky dog recipient, I don't believe, or actually I'm being told it was Christopher McCullough, so he was our YJ lucky dog. So McCullough will join the back of the field there.
He came down pit road. Still some heavy damage on that Valvoline number 60. They were able to bang out a little bit of that. So interested to see if that car is going to have any pace here. Tough break for that driver as he was inside the top 10. Did a great job early on there. Just that little bit of contact, and that ended it for him. But it'll be Stab Mraz up on the front row. More Rios. Row number 2. Row number 3 is going to be Davila, Wells, McCullough, Dyke, and row number 4. And rounding out the top 10, Simmons and Finley. We haven't called that name all night long. The love of Finley up inside the top 10. How about the number 10 of Corbin Simmons inside the top 10? Once again, after contact earlier, pace car down and away. 19 laps to go. Stab is going to grab the gears. And we are back underway here in the Banner Construction 130.
Everybody is going to grab a gear, come up through the 5-speed gearboxes here. It'll be Stab into turn number 1. Andrew Moore back there lurking. Him and Mraz will go side by side off turn number 2.
Side by side, Mraz now going to work to the backside of Moore to the outside. Now Moore is going to give him that position. And here comes Rios. 2x2 behind the 47. Stab up the racetrack. Contact! And Mraz is around. Big one off of turn number 4 to 47. Upside down, lands it back on the wheels. And last week's winner, the number 4 of Mraz, all torn up off of turn number 4.
Well, there you saw the 4 tires versus the 2 tires, and yeah, well, it just didn't quite pan out down in turn number 4. Watch, let's ride on board with Andrew Mraz. On the outside, minding his own business. His day is going to go up on the hooks. Watch the 47, a little loose, had to lift, and right into the back goes Andrew Moore, and up and over goes that 47, the Martin Sports entry.
I believe Moore might have had some damage there. The 5 of Rios coming down pit road this time by. I believe he also has some front end damage on that number 5 automobile. So he was involved as well. A number of front runners involved in this one, and Tyler Davala going to take and get the recipient of the tough luck there of everybody else. He's going to be your new race leader.
So the change of events here at the end of this one.
Jason Branch going to get your lucky dog, Roger.
That car has seen better days, that is for sure, but he'll take that lucky dog, that YJ lucky dog. I can't even make out, what is that 22?
I'm not really sure. D something, maybe it's a... Not 100% sure on that one, Roger.
I can tell you it's a Ford.
It is a Ford. That's why it's still on the racetrack running. These Chevys wouldn't be able to handle that.
Uh-huh. Chevrolet out front, though. Tyler Davala right now is your race leader. Being scored with under 20 laps to go. I'm just taking a peek. I don't think anybody's going to be coming to pit road out of your front group unless you had damaged. Roger Rios still down on pit road. Keys down there. Drift, Stab. Minkowski's down there. Does look like Mraz, Thorndike, Duncan all down on pit road also, so a lot of good racing here tonight, but we're buried under our 8th caution flag brought to us by Superior Templating here tonight. For the Blown Piston Racing League, it's the Clash Series presented by Banner Construction. Take a quick break here from the Kansas Speedway, and we'll be back to conclude this 130-lap event.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24.
And welcome back. Cut that commercial because we had a quick caution flag here. iRacing.com pace car is off the Blown Piston Racing League Clash Series, presented by Banner Constructions. Back green, under 20 to go.
14 laps to go. Davila out to the front of this one, but he's got front end damage after this last superior templating yellow flag, Roger. Look at Kenny McCullough. Kenny McCullough with a run down the backstretch. That 7 wounded up front. The sharks smell the blood in the water. We got a change for your race lead in the turn number 3.
For the first time, we the people 0-3 of Kenny McCullough will now take the race lead down the back straightaway and out of turn number 4. He will lead a lap here tonight in the Clash Series. Kenny McCullough all the way from outside the top 10. Now your race leader, Tyler Duvall, back there in P number 2. Andrew Moore trying to hang on with that damage on the rear end. Now that car, I said it was going to get up to full song and dance right now, taking a couple laps. He's got Gary Wells tucked up underneath him. There is Brandon Fries. Remember, Fries actually was outside that lead pack along with the 31 of Wise.
Yeah, I did ask you. And look at the 60 of Christopher McCullough. Remember, he was wounded earlier. He's all the way back up there working the outside of Simmons now, as we got a 2x2 for your second spot. The Moore automobile of the 77 works the inside, and here comes the 21 of Fries. Contact off of turn number 2. Everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction as Fries now right to the back bumper of Moore. And Roger, you were right. The back end damage on that Golf 77 not hampering the performance of that number 77. As we got a 2x2, make it 3 wide for your 4th position.
Man, call it 3 wide, but those boys were pushing to go 4 wide there with 11 laps to go. It's Kenny McCullough, Andrew Moore, Brandon Fry, Scott Wise down to the inside now here on Tyler Duvall, trying to take over that P number 4 position. There is the 10. Corbin Simmons been very quiet all night. We've seen the 10 a lap down. He's got that YJ Esports machine now inside the top 10, and he is hungry like a wolf on the hunt back there. He's in the 7th spot. Right behind him is Christopher McCullough, Gary Wells still working the outside of the speedway there. That number 83 is still working the top side, seeing if it'll come in, but right now Moores is getting passed up. Here comes the 21.
Brandon Fry is going to go flying by car number 77. He's going to bring the 7 of Duvall with him as well, and Scotty Wise now going to try to make it inside the top 4. Fastest car last time by on the racetrack, that was the 21 of Fries. She tries to chase down Kenny McCullough with just 9 laps to go.
9 more circuits around the 1.5 miles here tonight at Kansas for Kenny McCullough. Can he come in? We know he's a super speedway driver. These cars racing like they're on a super speedway here tonight. It's exactly what he likes, and he sees them all behind him, all dancing. There's the 7 of Duvall trying to push the number 21 right now of Fries, and the 7 has that nose damage, so he has to be very careful on the pushes he gives to the back bumper of that Ford. As Kenny McCullough will come back around, he'll lead another one. They're still side by side, back a little bit deeper into the field. That is Moore to the outside of Christopher McCullough. McCullough in that Valvoline number 60 down to the inside. He has picked up 22 spots here, and his night is not done.
Not done yet. And now Duvall going to work to the inside. The 21 of Fry's going to throw the block down low, trying to get that push on Kenny McCullough, who's got a 2-car length advantage in the turn number 3. How about the Scott Wise? 1 car sideways on the back. That was the number 10 of Simmons. They'll keep it pointed in the right direction. As your top 4 cars go single file here through the trioval. 3 wide back there for 6.
They're battling out, ducking it out, almost 4 wide. The 77 trying to find a spot. That's Moore trying to find a spot. Here comes the 11, Finley right there. Still 3 wide. Wells to the outside. The 60 of McCullough. They're in the middle. The 10 down to the bottom side of Simmons. He'll be the one that comes out smelling like a rose. Now they settle the 3 wide into just 2x2, and that's going to fizzle out really quick as Finley's going to take the spot. Kenny McCullough leading with 6 laps to go.
Doing a good job painting the white line, saying, boys, if you want to lead, you're going to have to go either through me or the outside as we, the people, the 0-3 leads them off turn number 2. And just as I say that, Fries takes a peek to the outside, can't quite get a run on him. McCullough going to block him in the turn number 3.
I think that was just a ploy there by Brandon Fries to see if he was going to be able to get Kenny McCullough to come off the bottom side so he could shoot the bottom. But high five this time by high five from the flagman. Just 5 more times around the 1.5 mile speedway here tonight for Banner Construction Night and round number 2 for the Blown Piston Racing League Clash Series here tonight. Kenny McCullough leading with 5 to go. Brandon Fries, Scott Wise, Kevin Nicoletta right now will take over P number 4 as Tyler Navala back there into P number 5.
Everybody trying to figure out when they're going to make their move, coming to 4 to go. Fry's now going to slide up there into point, about 10th off of the backside. He's got some company coming with some energy. Maybe this is what Fries will need. Just swings it out wide, now cuts it down low, trying to get that momentum built up. Starting to close that gap off turn number 2. Can he make a bid to the outside? One car down below the white line. That's the 7 of Davala. That's going to break the momentum of that guys behind him. Scott Wise trying to close the gap as well. Nicoletta going to close right in. It is 3 Chevys versus the Ford. They work here with 3 laps to go.
3 to go on the board for the 0-3. Kenny McCullough still race leader here. Has about a car length and a half over Brandon Fries. Scott Wise back there in car number 31. The Anheuser-Busch machine would like to be doing some stone cold stunners if he can get to victory lane here tonight to see the 21 once again up the speedway. There it is. That time it works. Got McCullough to go up just a little bit, but McCullough, a very seasoned super speedway racer. He has seen that move a time or two at the super speedways of Daytona and Talladega. This time by the old popsicle sticks. Wind him up. 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go as they flash underneath the Kansas Speedway in the turn number 1. 1 car up the racetrack. That's the 41 of Nicoletta. He got shoved by the 71. Now the 21 backs up to Scott Wise. Did they set the 0-3 out to be a sitting duck in the turn number 3? The momentum building up as they hit turn 3. Fries now trying to wind it up as fast as he can. Get that solar power to the ground. 1 lap to go.
Final trip around the speedway. Kenny McCullough will see the white flag here before anybody else. Here comes Brandon Fries, though. He'll have a great run down into turn number 1. He has to lift. Contact there. Scott Wise into the back of the 21 of Fries. They will lose a little bit of ground. Kenny McCullough loving what he's seeing now out of his mirror because here comes the 7 now. Davala down the back straightaway. He is going to peek to the inside. They are battling back there for third. Kenny McCullough into turn number 3. Has 2 more corners to navigate. Fries will not be able to make the run. It'll be Kenny McCullough looking at a turn number 4. He'll pick up the win in the second round. Kenny McCullough wins here in Kansas.
Fries will come home second. Wise will finish third. Davala holds on for that 4th spot. And how about the number 83 of Gary Wells rounding out your top 5 here unofficially here in the Banner Construction 130. And Kenny McCullough doing a masterful job out front protecting the inside line. Was going to make him use the outside, and I'm wondering if that right front damage, Roger, may have caused a little bit of unable maneuverability on that number 0-3. He has a little bit of right front damage, but great run by Brandon Fry, Scott Wise, and your race winner of Kenny McCullough.
This winning moment brought to you by We the People for Kenny McCullough. He'll burn them down here tonight in celebration. We'll be back here tonight with your post-race show. Kenny McCullough, Brandon Fries, and Scott Wise lined up 1, 2, and 3. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here at Kansas.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And welcome back here, race fans, tonight to the Blown Piston Racing League, the Clash Series here presented by Banner Construction. Here tonight from the Kansas Speedway for round number 2 of the Clash Series, and we have a new driver in Victory Lane. We will head down here in just a couple of moments. Kenny McCullough right now still unbuckling himself here tonight. One of the biggest movers, though, coming out of the McCullough Racing stables. It looks like Christopher McCullough will pick up the hard charger here tonight, presented by Top Groove. So congratulations to Christopher McCullough. We'll take a couple trophies home to that racing stables here tonight. It does look like now our winner here tonight down in Victory Lane is ready to talk to us here tonight. Let's head down trackside and talk to the driver out of the 03. Kenny, a great run for you here tonight, picking up 12 spots in our main event, and you come home in Victory Lane. Walk us through those closing laps, though, as those drivers behind you, they were nipping all over the back bumper of that car.
Yeah, that race was crazy. Didn't think I was going to be able to get the lead there. I knew if I got out front, I could use the dirty air to my advantage, and they were giving me a run for my money, that's for sure.
Were you worried, though, when you saw that number 21 of Fry's back there? Andrew Moore was back there for a little bit. Did you think you had the car in the late stages? Because we saw the draft here tonight really play a big factor.
Yeah, Brandon got a couple huge runs there, and it looked like when I got kind of in his draft right there, his car pushed a little. That was the only thing that was keeping me in front of him for sure.
Well, a great run for you here tonight. You came in with the, I believe, second in the team overall standings here tonight. You will win, and, of course, another great run by Christopher McCullough. So you guys may be looking at the top spot. How does that feel, being a rookie here in this series?
Yeah, that sounds good, man. Coming out the gate, first 2 races, and being up front, you can't ask for nothing no better.
A great run for you here tonight. Congratulations on picking up your first ever win with the series. The red carpet's going to roll out. The microphone is yours. Who makes this all possible back home in Georgia?
Yeah, man, I just want to thank you for doing the broadcast. Thanks Scott and Lauren for putting this thing on, and my teammates and everybody else out there that was giving us a clean race.
And there you hear from Kenny McCullough, the driver out of Georgia, We the People McCullough Racing Stables entry. He will go to Victory Lane here tonight. Congratulations to Kenny McCullough picking up his first ever win with the Blown Piston Racing League Clash Series. We're finishing runner-up here tonight. Well, Brandon, it was a up-and-down night for you here. You were up towards the front, you were out towards the back end of this field, and now, well, this highlighter yellow machine found its way back inside the top 3.
Yeah, I think it's like they always say, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And the Solar Clean Energy car was fast tonight. I just we had a little incident there with about 30 to go, and I knew we could get back up front. Car was fast all night.
It was fast, but it wasn't fast enough to go up there and get Kenny McCullough. What did you need here in the closing laps to get around that big old bow tie out front?
Yeah, Kenny did a great job, dumping air on the front of my car, and just needed a little bit of a run. I wanted to try and pass him on the outside and just didn't get a run the last 2 or 3 laps to get that position on him. But great job by Kenny, and just learned that he's a rookie too. So I'm a rookie in this series. So unfortunately, I think I just lost some points to him. But good run, Kenny.
Well, a very strong rookie class here with the whole series. How does the, so far here in 2 races, how does the season outlook look here in the beginning of the series?
Yeah, it's been good. We picked up stage points at Daytona and here at Kansas, and have come away with a top 10 and a top 5. So everything's going well for the Solar Clean Energy car and my 4X teammates. And, I think we're going to have a good season this year.
Well, a great run for you here, Brandon, who helps you back home get this car to the track every week.
Yeah, I got to thank everybody at Solar Clean Energy, Serve Pro, Limeade Media, Captain Sen Esports Network, and of course everybody here at BPRL. You guys for broadcasting the race, and all my teammates for helping out. 4X is going to have a great year this year.
Brandon Fry is walking away here tonight with a P number 2 with his 4X number 21. Congratulations to him as he finishes second here tonight, finishing third on our podium. It does look like the driver of car number 31, that Torque Wrench Motorsports number 31. Scott, a great run for you, but this car also up and down evening to finish here, then finally on the podium.
Oh, yeah, it was a hard-fought top 3 for sure. Had a couple hiccups in the middle of the race that set me back a little bit, but car was good. I love doing the super speedway style racing. It's my style of running. Just wish I had about 3-4 more laps to really make that challenge because I was this close to getting to Brandon.
Where did you need the momentum, though, to go? Did you think you could get the outside lane rolling here with just, what was that, about 14 laps shootout at the end of this one?
I don't know so much about the outside. I mean, I had my teammate Gary Wells running fifth back there, but I don't think we could have got enough momentum built, so I was just kind of waiting on Brandon to make that one last slip for me to get underneath him, and I think I could have made a charge from there.
Well, it didn't slip up, but at the end of the night here in round number 2, you're going to take home a lot of points, finishing there in the 3rd position. A couple stage points also went your way at the stage break, so all in all, at the end of the night, still a good solid run.
Oh, yeah, can't complain at all, especially after my team as a whole had a rough start at Daytona, just got caught up in some stuff that we couldn't get away from, so this was a nice rebound for the entire team.
Well, a great run for you here tonight, Scott, who made this all possible here in the first 2 rounds of the season to get this number 31 into where it's at now.
I would like to thank all the sponsors that have come on board for the league this year: Banner Construction, New Age Limited, Wise Guy Great iRacing Graphics, Custom Paints and Die Casts, DeKalb GMC, Superior Templating, everybody that makes this possible. You guys for putting on a good show for us. I hope we made it exciting for you.
There you hear it from the driver of the number 31, Indiana Wise, going to bring home car number 31, sitting there in P number 3. So congratulations to Kenny McCullough, Brandon Fries, and Scott Wise for rounding down your top 3 podium positions here tonight. Congratulations to all those drivers. Tyler Duvall does finish back there in P number 4, while Gary Wells was 5th. It looks like Corbin Simmons will be scored here tonight in the 6th position. Andrew Moore will go 7th. 8th then will go to Kevin Nicoletta. Christopher McCullough in 9th, and Kevin Dyke back there in P number 10. That's your top 10 as they run down here. Al, a great run here, though, tonight for a lot of these drivers. Some of them maybe didn't walk away with such the finish they thought they deserved.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, looking at this, the results, Roger Rios coming home 15th. How about the tough luck? You're leading the laps at the beginning of this race. Then that one mistake on pit road kind of set the tone for the rest of his night. Got caught up in that big one. A lot of big drivers. How about last week's winner, Mraz, with that big hit at the end of the race? A lot of comers, goers. A lot of great action here at Kansas. Probably one of the more entertaining races that I've been a part of here on when we come out west here to Kansas Speedway. And these guys did a great job putting on a great show. Had a great time. Thanks for picking me up in the old turn 3 helicopter and getting this out here for tonight.
Well, we got to thank everybody that tuned in here tonight. We hope that Dave in the Cave will be back next week as soon as we can unbury his cave at some point that he vacated. Hopefully he left some breadcrumbs so he can find his way back into the booth. But for everybody with the Blown Piston Racing League, Banner Construction, along with the United States Veterans, Wise Guys iRacing Graphics, Custom Paint, and Diecast, we got to thank Top Groove, along with Speed Demons, the New Age Limited, Wise Guys Constructions, of course, the YJ for being the Lucky Dog sponsor, and we got to, all of us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, we thank each and every one of you for tuning in here tonight to watch Kenny McCullough pick up his first ever win here with the Blown Piston Racing League. So for Al Smith, I'm Roger Muth. That's Dave in the Cave, and we will catch you at the races next time.